and everyone here present. So first, Gala will do a response after we receive the statement officially, and we also raise questions. But quickly for clarification, first I just want to clarify that the Honorable Minister of Justice said the Public Order Act is constitutional, yes, but it's not aligning with the best practices, so we clear that. No, just a clarification. Okay.
He said, you ask questions.
Yeah, I'll ask questions. I'm setting a perimeter, just to say that it can be constitutional, but not aligning with best practice, especially human rights practice, so we can get the profit even if it's constitutional. My first question reads, the statement you said the President have ordered for arrest and prosecution of perpetrators in the AKI. This is 2022. How far with the arrest and prosecution? Who are the individuals, and how far is that going? We want specifics so that we are clear in what we do. Two, the two ministers and the director of Gas Petroleum that are involved in the petroleum saga. I'm sure the investigation goes on. We should start setting penalties before investigations end, otherwise delay for justice will always happen. What is happening to them? They are still in cabinet and then the DG is still in Gas Petroleum. Second, why is the government have to wait until victims struggle in court every day before they can take action and then deliver justice for the AKI? The government should have not wait for the court. They went to the court because justice was delayed. Justice could have been done before struggling in the courts. Thank you. The rest, Gala will respond.
Thank you. You want to?
For you can. Where is the person who was asking the question? Yeah. So if I miss out something, you can refresh my memory. On the AKI, the head of the Medicine Control Agency was dismissed. I'm not sure whether the public is aware of that. You're aware. The representative of the victims' families started negotiations with government. There were exchanges and offers made. Are you with me?
Yeah, with you.
So there was a dialogue that started. Offers were made for compensation. They were torn down, and then they chose to go to court. Now, the nature of the AKI incident, I wish my colleague, the health minister, was here. I'll speak in the area where the legal issues are concerned. My office contacted a law firm in the United States that has specialized in, you can say medicine, because some big law practices have different specialization. These ones have a big practice with respect to pharmaceutical law. So we were working with them, trying to see what remedies could be available to us even internationally. As we speak, the ambassador of the Gambia in India is actively working on having clearance from the government of India for a delegation from the Gambia to travel. The delegation appointed by His Excellency includes the foreign minister. It started during the time of the former foreign minister, the health minister, and myself, because I've been informed to be on standby to be on that mission. So there is a bilateral engagement that is also on the way. But of course, some of these things, you need to understand, they hardly can move as fast as sometimes we want them. But locally, as a government, the task force did their work, they did their recommendations. Some aspects of the recommendations were implemented, and some aspects are still awaiting the implementation. Including in their recommendations is reform of the laws. And the reform of the laws, a consultancy is currently underway that is reviewing the entire legal framework of the medical system. Not only medicine and pharmaceutical laws, but they are reviewing the whole laws of the Ministry of Health. And this process is underway. The consultancy is very advanced, I'm aware, because I'm following, because the consultant also talks to me. So a greater aspect of the recommendations done by the task force with respect to the AKI is on the way. But this is government. And if you belong to civil society, you need to understand, if you are on the other side, there are things that you want to move in certain ways. In government, things don't move that way. Certain things have procedures, and they have to follow those due processes. Your second issue was with respect to what? Now, the two ministers, with respect to the parliamentary resolution, you need to understand first resolutions of Parliament. They are recommendations on government. They are not binding in their nature. Best practice, this determines that we work with Parliament and see how they are implemented. But with respect to the two ministers, Parliament did not recommend to the President to remove them. They recommended censure. Censure is a parliamentary process that has to be initiated from within Parliament itself and be implemented by Parliament, not executive. And censure must be based on proven evidence. So Parliament needed to initiate a petition from within the Parliament that will be signed by members, and that petition will be served on the President, and the President will serve the two ministers concerned. 2 weeks after the date of the censure and the petition is served, there will be a debate in Parliament, and the grounds of the censure will be debated. And those ministers concerned are entitled to reply. They are entitled to respond because these are still allegations. They will reply, and Parliament will take a vote. And then when the vote is carried, then the censure succeeds. If the vote is not carried, the censure fails. Remember, we all yearn for rule of law in this country. We cannot just say that somebody is accused of something, therefore we act. We have to give people the benefit of the doubt. They are entitled to respond. They are entitled to their side of the story. That's what we all cry for. And this can happen to any one of us. We can be a victim of any allegation. Are we saying once somebody is accused, the person is not entitled to defend himself or respond or reply? So the censure that is recommended in the resolution, if Parliament wants, it's an independent organ of government. They can initiate the censure process against the said ministers. So, but the resolution, I think most of the press statement that was read here today is in response to some of the key contents of some of those resolutions, which you said you will respond to, isn't it? So this dialogue can continue and it can go on further. There's a three issues I took. What was the third issue?
So the third issue was just to tell you that the Public Order Act is constitutional but amendable.
Of course, any law is amendable. Nobody is disputing that. But you raise human rights. We need to get things right. If we have to dialogue, we have to dialogue honestly.
Right.
The ECOWAS Community Court of Justice tested our Public Order Act against the African Charter on Human and People's Rights, which is the African standard of our Human Rights Charter. You know about that judgment?
Yes, I know.
You read it?
Yes, I read the judgment.
So,
however, you see, that is the thing with the court. I'm not a lawyer, but that's the thing with the court. The court may make a judgment based on certain principles and evidence. That doesn't deny the fact that human rights, protest or peaceful assembly is a fundamental human right. So any other law or bylaw must not be used to censor it. That's where the conversation should be. Park the laws aside, Honorable. Let's just see that it should be, let's amend the Public Order Act.
let's
work on that. Let's the dialogue start from there.
All right, that's fine. Government is willing to talk about this.
Exactly.
Anything that can be dialogue. Nothing is off the table. As long as we are talking, we can talk. How do we even amend it? What do we amend it? What do we agree to disagree? These things are form part of the dialogue. Nobody is saying it cannot be discussed. But if we have to discuss, we have to discuss from a frank point of view. You cannot tell me something is illegal that I know is not illegal. And I agree just because I want to dialogue with you. All right. I can find